Okay, here we go. We're in round 14, season finale of season 1 of Disney vs. non-Disney villains. People are wondering, what time is it? She's really hyped. It's 1. Actually, it's 12:52. And I do not mean in the afternoon. Anyway, yeah, at first, I used to think that, this was a letdown after round 13. I even feel bad saying that, 'cause, again, I don't want to make Man Woo or Cindy Through Women feel bad, but I realized this is actually how it had to go. You had to have the big clash be the second to last thing, and then for character development, you had to have the scores be settled in round 14, and I've really now come to appreciate that. Also, before we start, gotta say that the song is Reign of Terror by Rhapsody of Fire. I really appreciate that that was used as the song for season 1 finale because it has guest vocals by Christopher Lee. And Christopher Lee is the voice of evil. He's Count Dooku, Saruman, the Jabberwocky. He was Dracula in his younger days, and Frankenstein's monster, and I think he was the mummy once, and then he was the priest in Corpse Bride, who, while not evil, was a really jerk. And it really threw me for a loop when Christopher Lee was in, what was it? When he was in Hugo, which I did not like that movie at all, for many reasons. I must stop myself before I, completely derail this commentary into a review of how much I didn't like Hugo. But he was this kindly old librarian, and I was just staring at him like, no. No, Christopher Lee, this is not you. Those books have to hold, death traps that are going to spring out and murder those innocent children. You cannot seriously be a kindly old librarian. Anyway, now that the tirade's out of the way, we can talk about the absolutely genius thing that was done to settle the score between Eris and Hades. So, Hades, of course, had to call the Titans. I mean, we all saw this coming. Ads! No! So what's Eris gonna do about this? I mean, she's kind of outgunned, and Hades is throwing that in her face. What's she gonna do? She's gonna go get some Titans. The Rock. The Sharptooth. Dragon from the Page Master. Red Bull from Last Unicorn. Oh, the Page Master. Okay, who else remembers the Page Master? That movie was so brilliant. Yes, I know a nostalgia critic hates it. I respectfully disagree. It actually began my love for, crossovers with obscure literary references, like the Thursday Next series by Jasper Fforde. If you like things with literature references, read those books. They're wonderful. Eris is like, your Titans are destroying my Titans! And Hades is like, that's because they're the real Titans. You just pulled yours out of randomly nowhere. And so Hades is victorious over the realm of the gods. And Maleficent's like, you suffer humiliation at the hands of Rothbart. And here he is now! I cannot allow this to go on any further. I cannot allow this jazz-dancing menace who destroyed my bird to humiliate me with his existence any longer. We will settle this score in the time-honored tradition of animated villains, turning into giant monsters. You, me, outside, now! Deal with me. All the powers of hell! She can turn into a giant animal with wings. Oh, what a coincidence. I can do that too. And the thing is, both of these are reused footage. I do not care. It's Dragon Maleficent versus the Great Animal. Thank you so much, Christopher Lee, for underscoring this point with your deep voice of evil. And Rothbart is down for the count. Frollo is on the run from Ruber. Maybe if I lock the door, he won't be able to get in. Oh, he's waiting for me. How'd you do that? How'd you bend physics? Behold! I gave my right hand for power! You can't say that! You're not mosing around! He hasn't even showed up yet! Wow, this is like the worst dialogue ever. And so a lot of people didn't like this fight because the footage wouldn't actually allow them to sword duel properly. So they kind of wave swords at each other and then Ruber falls off the building. No, Ruber doesn't fall. Frollo falls. I gave you the wrong spoiler! But, you know, they did the best they could. You can just imagine that it stabbed him through the heart right there. And then down goes Frollo! Oh, Frollo, if only your punishment was done at this point. But it's not. And Ratigan is like, I am the king of rats! And everyone else just realized, yeah, Jenner's the only guy who didn't actually come back from round 1. Mouse King's like, I want revenge! Ratigan's like, well, you know what? I need a story arc. So, in order to wrap up my story arc, I'm gonna kill you. I'm just making up the worst dialogue for these villains! Like, I have this rule, no fanfiction after 1 AM. I break it all the time, though. The guys in the forum know, to-do lists was begun at 1 AM. You know what that means. Everyone else is confused. Don't worry about it. So Ursula is sick of her sister having the trident. But what's this? Ursula's old rival Messina turns up. Could we be maybe leading up to a rematch? Well, not with Morgana in the way. So you know what, Morgana? Time to die. Beautiful actress sororicide goes on here. It's kind of sad because Morgana becomes the only one left out and oh, my poor little poopsies! When the Little Mermaid Villains Alliance gets together in Season 2. Don't feel too bad for her, though. She had to get out of the way so we could have this epic rematch. And now we're done with Messina for good.